Thanks for staying with us. So, sibling rivalry is something that many of us have experienced, others have heard about, and some have condemned in different ways. But it's an experience that people always talk about, and sometimes it's as though there's never a real solution to this. Or where does the solution lie? Could it be parents, how they raise these children? Well, the reason why this is an issue today, or this is bringing to the fore, is because of the recent back and forth between Idibia and her brother, her older brother. So, as I said, we'll establish it based on that, but our focus is not on them. The focus is being a younger person and having to fend for your older siblings, or where both siblings are bringing their dirty linens out to the public. When you think this happens between spouses whose relationship have gone south, but these are siblings. How do you explain where siblings are fighting in public? That's the conversation for us to discuss today. What are your thoughts on this? You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-7694. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourView TVC. Would like to hear your own experience on this issue of sibling rivalry. I also like to link that to culturally, because in some cultures, you know, when the young person who has money comes in, they're the ones that takes the decision. They're the ones that takes charge, because they're the ones with the financial resources that's practically finding for everybody else. In some cultures, no matter how much you have, if you are the richest, but you are the last one, you stay there. That is where you stay in your place, even if you're older. So these are also cultural questions to ask. But what are your thoughts? Let's start with the Idibia story, and then we'll come to these cultural issues. What exactly happened? For those who have no idea what happened, could you just establish the story?
Yes, so I woke up this morning to my Instagram feed, and I saw a video of Annie's elder brother, Wisdom, complaining, lamenting, ranting about how Annie has allegedly treated him so far, that she's refused to allow him to be her manager. She's not allowing him to take one of the cars. He's been begging Annie to give him, you know, one of the cars so that he can do Uber to be able to help his family, feed his family and all that. And he's been working for Annie for so many years that she doesn't really pay him his worth, you know, just uses him, turns him into an errand boy, and that she's a drug addict. They do drugs together. She's very vicious. She keeps fighting her mother-in-law, her mother. Nobody can talk to her. She's, you know, against everybody. She's toxic. She's this, she's that, blah, 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 blah.
People said she introduced him to drugs.
Yes, that they do drugs together. So I took my time, I listened to the video, I finished all of his videos. On my way to work, I now saw Annie's response, where she was saying, how can you tell all these lies? You know, and I think it's been, people have been advising her not to say anything, because according to the husband's response to that, we wish you love. There's nothing we can do, but we just wish you love. That people have been advising her not to respond, but some things cut deep. And it's family members that are actually our worst enemies, you know. So it seems like the husband and wife are in agreement when it comes to this particular issue. But what I got from there was this sense of entitlement. You know, some of us have brothers like this. Yeah, unfortunately. We can't call names, but we have them, who feel that God has created you for them. Your job is to live and serve them for the rest of your life. You are not supposed to have any sense of happiness or do your own thing. Once you are making the money, with all the stress you're going through, just be handing it over to them. And when they make demands, you don't respond to them as fast as they want it, without considering that you have your own family. You become a devil, you become a wicked person, you become someone who has taken their glory. They call you all sorts of names. It's just that some people have not brought their own on social media. But we have this in our families, and we know how painful it can be when somebody's just sitting down there, seeing all the hard work you're putting in, but decides to go and spoil you because they made a request and you did not answer at the time they wanted it.
But in some cultures, YK, siblings lift others up. So in a family, it's not everybody that will become shining stars. One would either be the oldest, youngest. Somebody light to shine on you, that you just be that one person. And usually we see how others use that, your shining or your stardom or your wealth, to bring others up. But is it that in this part of the world, is a problem for us to do that, because when we do that, then people take advantage of, they now have that sense of entitlement that she talked about earlier. Or is it our duty, no matter under no circumstances at all, that we, under any circumstance, we must ensure that we put up our siblings regardless?
For me, I would say, if you are a successful sibling, whether you're older or younger, if you can lift up your younger or older ones, please do it. But I do not think it is right for your younger or older sibling to demand or feel entitled. If I make money, it's who I give. But such sense of entitlement is not just in families, it's in
even friendships.
All Nigerians just feel, I'm an area boy. I see this person going to work every morning by 6 o'clock, and because I'm an area boy, in her car, and her car, I don't have car, you have car. I feel that you must owe me. You owe me for even having car. Even if you're waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Even if the car is low.
To go to work. Even if the car was dash. You have car. I don't. Please.
Sorts me out.
Sorts me out. And it's my entitlement. And if you don't, you're a wicked person. So that character has, it's borne a lot of fruit in Nigeria. So this is the first time I'm hearing about the story from Obiaju. He sounds like an ungrateful person. And I know there's something I used to say, you can choose your friends, you can't choose your family.
Well, you see, there are some cases, and I try to look at all sides. There's some cases where, as youngsters, when you guys are young together, this is a brother that guided you, that was there for you, that you know how you have that brother that you go to parties when you can call, brother, please come and pick him up. You know, you have that, but he has your back. But unfortunately, light didn't shine on him like it did you. So you now blossomed. You now became this beautiful star. But he's your boy because he's been there for you as a child. And you feel that sense of, that, let me help my brother. So, but where do you therefore draw the line? Because this is somebody you love regardless. And you've been there, you do everything for this because you want that person to also grow. But where do you draw the line from, okay, this is how far I can actually help you out?
In response to that, let me take what Annie said. Annie responded and said, wisdom, why all this lies against your only sister, your younger sister? All I ever did was protect you and your kids. Since we grew up, bro, have you ever paid for house rent your entire life? You live in a 3-bedroom flat, furnished with everything you need for your kids. Wisdom, you have 3 kids. Have you ever paid for their school fees since they were born? Your oldest is 9. For 9 years since your wife started making babies, have you ever paid for hospital bills for any of your kids? Have you ever paid school fees? Oh, Wiz, how many cars have I bought for you since God started blessing me? You say you work for me. How? Where? After Dad died, the car I bought for him, I told you to service the Jeep. You sold the car without telling me. All I ever had was love for your kids. Every Christmas, I make sure they get something new. I make sure your wife isn't aware that how many times I've given you money and a lot of things that she said. So sometimes, there's something they say in my place that no matter how much you give to a man who is mentally poor, it can never be enough. You know, there's poverty mentality. And that you are poor, you don't have physical wealth or physical cash. They are 2 different things. If you are poor, you don't have that physical one. But in your mind, you are not poor. You can easily rise out of it. You can easily take responsibility for your life and make something. But if you have a poor mentality, no matter how much you have, you are an ungrateful person and you can never be pleased with everything somebody does for you. So we have family members who have somebody who is shining, like you said. And the person decides, okay, what can I do? I set up this business for you, you collapse it. I set up another one for you, you collapse it. I buy you a car to do Uber, you sell it. I do this one. If somebody is on drugs, what do you think we'll be doing with the money? Every time I give you, I bail you out. At some point, you will say, no, this can't go on. I have my own family. I have my own in-laws. They are looking at how you are treating me and how I'm treating you. And they're like, which family did you bring wife from? That the brothers and sisters are continually draining this person. So at some point, you say, well, we can't have this conversation anymore. Sort yourself.
All right. And let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll try to open our phone lines. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We have Pastor Joseph. Good morning, Pastor Joseph. Are you there?
I'm there. No
You're
problem.
live. You're live. Go ahead, please. You're live on TV. Go ahead, please.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
My name is Pastor Joseph.
Yes.
I'm calling from Idibia Waterworks in Ogun State.
Yes.
Okay.
If we're talking about family issues, everybody has his own.
Yeah.
But there is something I just understand about life. You see, family relationship is to be maintained. It's not to be stressed. It's not to be abused. Most of the families, they take someone for granted because of the blood ties that bring you people together. And something, if you were able to do it, even though you are doing it 1 million times, the day you did not do it, you become their enemy.
Yeah.
The day you stop doing it, or the day you complain that this thing I don't have, they have forgotten what you've done before. They have forgotten how you sponsored them to go to the university. But if there is any little issues, they will start complaining that this person is not good. Hello, are you there?
Yes.
Very clearly, very clearly.
Very correct.
It is because they are abusing the relationship. Relationship is to be maintained, it's not to be stressed.
Nurtured on both ends.
Thank you very much, Pastor Joseph. Let's take a few messages on Twitter. YK?
Yeah, I wanted to take one tweet from Andrew in Streatham. He says, Morayo, honestly, should we be talking about I don't want to abuse a celebrity, or are you trying to divert our attention against the national assaults that traumatized Nigeria yesterday? Morayo, let's get back to this Kaduna-Abuja attack.
Interesting. So Andrew lives in London, right? So I get that. We discussed it yesterday. We discussed extensively yesterday. Just in case you missed the show yesterday, it's a developing story because now we're hearing from the papers that the kidnappers are contacting the family members. So we'll continue to monitor that story. But Thursdays, we discuss family and relationship issues, and it's important that we also raise some important issues that people go through. So this issue of
we also need to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
You know, when we discuss all of this, we're depressed. We go home depressed.
Yes.
So sometimes we take...
People like the depression.
Yeah,
Nigerians like the depression.
Doom and gloom all the time. It's energy. We are constantly reinventing.
But it's our reality, though.
I know, which we did all through yesterday. Allow us to, you know, lighten it up a bit. Tomorrow we can go back.
And I was listening to one radio host today, and he was saying he feels depressed all the time because of this
the
job
news
that he's doing. You know, so nobody is thinking that, you have to read all these
horrible stories,
talk about it, how it's affecting you mentally, you know. So sometimes you just need to
do something different. So back to sibling rivalry, the fact that people feel responsible for their siblings. So you love your sibling. I'm sure this man loves his sister, and I'm sure they love each other. But is this factors of life that affects everybody? You have, and I don't have. You're supposed to give me because I was there for you. Or my family needs you, and you have connections. People assume that all of us, we have connections, that we just know. They just assume that people that come on our show, that, Mariah has connections. No, that. They just come on, nothing. You know? So the truth is, where do we draw the line? Because as you were doing the break, we're saying that if you don't give them, they'll say, something happened in the family. Say, that's what they're using for blood money. That's them. So to avoid them not talk about you in that negative light, how far should you go? How do you regulate what you give to your family? How much do you bring them in? Because I grew up, for some reason, my father never really let us to. I mean, I'm not happy. I don't know many of my cousins. It's not a good thing. Because there was always this restriction that it's just you and yourself. They kept you in the box. I didn't know my cousins from this side, you know. It was after we grew up, we started finding each other. I mean, we even tried, one of my aunties was saying recently that we should do a WhatsApp group where we can leave all of you are cars all over the place, just come together and let us even know each other. Because we didn't grow up together. What could have caused it? Why do people just say, you know what, I don't want family members. Let me just only you and yourself.
Morayo, thank your father. He could have saved you from bullets that would just be coming, and you may not be able to catch or dodge anyone. Thank your dad. Thank God.
What kind of bullets?
No, okay.
These are family.
Let me give you an instance.
There's power in that energy. Because I know a family. I'll come to you. I know.
Calm down now.
But you know, so I'll let you respond. Okay. I know another family who they stay together, cousins, aunties, and today, yes, there might be fights here, there, but they're stronger together. I like and admire that.
Yeah. So if your father separated you from family, he could have done so out of his experience. So there was something that happened a few years back when we're planning to move. And I was saying, okay, I would like this family member to stay back in this particular place to help me monitor, like a caretaker for my building. You know, I like this, I like that. My father-in-law sat me down and gave me the history of their family, of how things had progressed from, I'm trying to help you, I'm trying to help you, I'm trying to, you are a wicked person because you are not doing any more for me, and all the fights and all the properties and everything they have done. And he was listing it, I was shaking. He said, DC, you and your husband, you are very nice and clueless. Life is not like that. I know you are planning for one of my own family. It's not your own, because me, all those kind of, I don't mention my own family. It's not, I know, but no. Let a neutral person. And he says, even if I die today and I go, let a neutral person handle this property for your own sake.
Let me take this call from Asuri. Good morning, Asuri. Are you there? Good morning, Asuri. Good morning. Yes, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I think where my opinion is this racism. As family, we should try to give...
Could you please speak up? I can't hear you properly.
Yeah. I said as families, we should try to give everybody benefit of doubt.
Okay.
Like it's like a mother and a child, like brothers and sisters. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Like brothers and sisters, I feel like when you're coming from a family of love, you're just lucky to have money or to have wealth. It doesn't mean people are going to disappoint me. But it's not understanding that people are going to disappoint you so many times, but that doesn't stop you from loving them. That doesn't stop you from caring,
from a distance.
Especially family. Like Annie and her brother, they fought today. Tomorrow, they're still going to be friends.
Exactly.
They're going to love each other. It's just putting yourself in that spotlight is just embarrassing for both of them. Not just even, it's just embarrassing for both of them.
Thank you, Asuri. That's a very profound point, because he's saying that blood is thicker than water. Yes, they might actually fight in public, but tomorrow they are still siblings. They're still going to love each other. So he's saying that no matter how things get dirty with you and your sibling, at some point you're still going to resolve it.
You know, you see, with family, because everybody is a different human being.
Yeah.
Everybody is a different, and I witnessed it in my family. And luckily, because I like to draw people together. It doesn't come outside. But my family is not all that
perfect.
It's not so peaceful.
Perfect.
I mean, perfect. Thank you. That's the word. But it's just that I try to maintain.
Yes.
It is difficult because everybody is different. Everybody has his own character, and everybody's going to do. What I think we should try to avoid is the entitlement mentality. If your sibling does it for you, good. If he doesn't, good. Or she doesn't. Luckily, I have a brother who, I know if my brother becomes a billionaire today, my own...
You're right. You're done better. You're better. But you know, I know a story. There's a story.
I demand for I come, and I'm the senior. I come, my birthday is coming. What are you doing for me? I do that you do for me. When you want me to do for you, say, remember that my birthday, you didn't do anything for me. Why do you want me to do something for you now?
You know, I know a story of a woman who she did for her older brother. Till he died, he never appreciated. She sent all his children to school. She took care of him, got him his first job. I mean, when this man tells these stories, got him all the job he had till he died. He still blamed her for all the shortcomings he had in his family. Even she also tried the same for her siblings, her sister. She opened a bakery. She got the woman has never paid rent in her entire life. This woman paid rent for her, opened a bakery. The bakery she ran it down. She opened a clothing store for her. She ran it down. She sent her children abroad. She did everything. At the end of the day, she was never appreciated. All she got was condemnation. And the woman was telling me that, you know what, never, ever, just do your own for God. Do it and just don't even think of anybody coming to appreciate you. Just do it. And I think that's why we wrap up this conversation on whatever Anani has done to this person, do it and accept that you've done it. He can say what he wants to say, but know you've cleared your conscience that you've done your own role. If you're the oldest, you're the youngest, no matter what position you are, do what you have to do and then move on. And then shield your family from these negative energies, because you don't want that negativity around your children.
So for me, it's also about observing the sort of family members that you have. There are some people you need to love from a distance. It's not by force. We are blood. We did not select each other. God put us together for a reason. You are there to test me and teach me.
But God doesn't make a mistake, though.
No, hold on. Yeah, of course. You are there to teach me lessons.
Okay.
Probably how to forgive, how to love unconditionally and all of that. I'm going to pick the lessons, but we don't have to be in the same space. If I know that you need help, probably you are into drugs and all of that, I can find a way to put you in rehab or something, but I will love you from a distance so that my own mental health too, I will not die before my time because of loving somebody else. I still have children that I'm raising. So find a way to protect yourself. Some people are lucky to have family members that are very understanding, and also parents, how you raise your children. Don't raise them with this elder sister is here to serve you people till she dies, or anybody that God blesses must drain you. Take responsibility for yourselves, everybody.
I think we should also realize that as much as you feel entitled, your sibling, even if he's more successful than you or she, has his or her own responsibilities.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, so while they're thinking of you, they're thinking of their kids, they're thinking of their husband.
Yes.
So sometimes they might not come plenty like that, but
Manage whatever you
just collect it and say thank you.
And move on. I think we can wrap up on that. Thank you so much. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, move on to another hot topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.